Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. This is reScribd. Now, 2 weeks ago, we did Friends 30th anniversary. Amazing. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know how you feel about the new format. Now, we were topical with Friends. Let's get topical with a new film coming out, Joker. Let's go revisit the 2019 installment, which was the former biggest R-rated box office of all time. That was until Deadpool Wolverine. Fair. But now it's getting a sequel, and it's a musical. I've never done a musical here on reScribd. Well, we will soon. Actually, I kind of did a musical, Tick Tick Boom. But anyway, we're gonna get into Joker, and we're gonna keep the new format. Let's see how we can get into it. First off, we're going to start with this story takes place in its own universe. It has no connection to any DC films that have come before it. We see it as a classic Warner Bros. Movie. Gritty, intimate, and oddly funny. The characters live in a real world. The stakes are personal. Although it's never mentioned in the film, the story takes place in the past. Let's call it 1981. Troubled time. The crime rate in Gotham is at a record highs. Garbage strike has crippled the city for the past 6 weeks. The divide between the haves and the have-nots is palpable. Dreams are beyond reach, slipping into delusions, which is the theme of this film, Delusions. Sorry, I was trying to say it like Robert Pattinson in that movie, but hey. I didn't realize this. The opening of Joker starts with him flipping a sign down the street. Kids steal it, and they jump him in the alley. That's not in the script at all. Okay. So that was either written the day of, or this is a slightly outdated script. But it does say final, so I don't know. Sound of a man totally cracking up. Close on Arthur 30s. Tears in his eyes from laughing so hard. Trying to get it under control. His greasy black hair hanging down over his forehead. He's wearing an old, faded green cardigan sweater. Threadbare gray scarf. Thin from years of use. Hangs loosely. He's sitting across from an overworked social worker. African American in her 50s. Her office is cramped, run down, and a cramped, run down building. Stacks of folders piled high in front of her. She just sits behind her desk, waiting for his laughing fit to end. She's been through this before. Finally, it subsides. Arthur takes a deep breath, pauses it, to see if it's over. Beats. Now, before we actually get into it, I just want to say, Joaquin Phoenix, incredible. Deserved that Oscar win for Best Actor in 2020. It's 2019, but yeah. It also won Best Music, which I love the score of this film. Incredible. Yeah, let's get to it. Despite the laughter, there's real pain in his eyes. Something broken in him. Looks like he hasn't slept in days. Is it just me? Or is it getting crazier out there? Certainly tense. People are upset. They're struggling. Looking for work. The garbage strike seems like it's been going on forever. These are tough times. How about you? You keeping up with your journal? Now, that first paragraph by her sets up the entire environment right there. Perfect. Beautiful. Thank you for that. Sets up the environment, how everybody's feeling, what Gotham is looking like at the time. Yeah. Also establishes the classes and all that. It says every day. Great. Did you bring it with you? Beat. I'm sorry. Did I bring what? Arthur, last time I asked you to bring your journal with you for these appointments. Do you have it? Yes, ma'am. Beat. Can I see it? He reluctantly reaches into the pocket of his jacket hanging on a chair behind him, pulls out a weathered notebook, slides it across her. I've been using it as a journal, but also a joke diary. Funny thoughts or observations. That I tell you I'm pursuing a career in comedies? Stand-up comedy? She's half listening as she flips through his journal. No, you didn't. I think I did. He doesn't respond, keeps flipping through his journal. Pages and pages of notes. Angry looking handwriting. Also, cut out photos of hardcore pornographic magazines, some crude handmade drawings. Flash of anger crosses Arthur's face. I didn't realize you wanted to read it. Social work gives him a look. Then reads something in the pages that gives her pause. I just hope my death makes more sense than my life. That is very worrisome. That also leads to the beginning. The first part of my story outline that I want to use for all these films. This is not something that's very common. This is mine. This is what I thought of. This is how I write. So I want to try to find it in scripts. So number one on mine is establish. And we want to establish Arthur's mental state with his therapist. And where he should be, he wants to be into a mental ward. And we're going to see why in a bit. She looks up at Arthur. He just stares back. Lets it hang there for a beat. And he laughs a little, even though he doesn't think it's funny. I mean, it's just... Am I reading it upset you? He leans in. No. I just... Some of it's personal, you know. I understand that. I want to make sure you're keeping up with it. He slides his journal back to him. He goes in his lap. How does it feel to come here? Does it help having someone to talk to? I think I felt better when I was locked up in the hospital. Have you thought more about why you were locked up? I suppose I was mentally ill. How's that? Well, my mother thought I was mentally ill, so she had me committed. Do you feel mentally ill? I've been saying that since I was little. So, who knows? Long pause. Also, a lot of that wasn't in the actual movie. Changed a little bit. I assume that's on a day. Actors feeling like, we could tell it a little bit better. The director was like, yes, let's work on it a little bit. But yeah. I was wondering if you could ask the doctor to increase my medication. The social worker ruffles through some papers. Arthur, you're on 7 different medications. Surely they must be doing something. Beats. Just don't want to feel so bad anymore. That is the scene. So we established that Arthur is kind of feeling extremely down with what's going on in the world. He's not adjusting to it. He's not comfortable at all. He wants to be in the mental hospital. So we're establishing his mental state and how messed up he is at the moment, especially with how bad things are getting. And we'll see how much more messed up things can get. He's already jumped once. Okay, so reading through it, it looks like the scene where he gets jumped by the kids is put in a little bit after that. So okay. So they switched it up. 5 boys are booking it down the street, laughing and whooping it up. Last second, they take a sharp turn down a right alley. Arthur almost overshoots the corner, slipping, sliding, in his oversized shoes. He rights himself, heads down after him. He sees them running up ahead. Whack! God, fuck him up. Out of nowhere, Arthur gets hit in the face. He falls to the ground. One of the kids was hiding behind a dumpster and hit Arthur with everything must go sign, splintering it in two. The kids turn back and walk up to Arthur down on the ground. Arthur reaches out, still trying to save the sign. Kids start kicking and beating the shit out of Arthur. It's brutal and vicious. Nobody on the street stops to help. Close on Arthur's clown face, down on the ground, sweat running down his face, smearing his makeup. Doesn't even look like he's in pain. He just takes the beating. Arthur's good at taking the beating. That stupid smile painted on his face. Joker. So, this kind of plays into the reason, which goes along with the establish. Number 2 reason, the world is just way too hard on him. Depression, he doesn't care about anything anymore. He's just done. It's evident he just takes the beating. Takes everything, just nobody cares. People walk down the street, they still don't care about him. That is a theme about this movie. No one really notices him, and he says it multiple times. No one notices, nobody cares. But here we are. We're gonna establish his mom. I say establish a lot in this. The establishment, but anyway. Old apartment, worn carpet. Nothing's new inside, but fairly neat and well kept. Abby? Did you check the mail before you came up? Yes, Ma. Nothing. No letter. His mother, Penny Fleck, in her 60s, comes in with it all made up. She walks over, gives him a kiss on the cheek. He covers the pain from his beating in his chest. His mother doesn't seem to notice anyway. You sure you look? Sometimes I don't know where your head is. Yes, I'm sure. Head's right here. Go lie down. I'll make some dinner, okay? The tears open the prescription bag. A flurry of pill bottles tumble onto the counter. See his name, Arthur Fleck, on the orange pill bottles. I'm not gonna say all that. You know I'm gonna fuck one of them up. Arthur sets the food down in front of his mother, lying on the bed. TV's on, playing the local news. He must not be getting my letters. Arthur sits down on a small chair in front of an old vanity table, covered in his mother's makeup. It's Thomas Wayne, Mom. He's a busy man. Please, I worked for that family for years. He always had a smile for me. The least he could do is write me back. Ma, eat. You need to eat. You need to eat. Look how skinny you are. So, this brings me to number 3. Introduce the antagonist, Thomas Wayne. And Thomas Wayne represents the upper class. He is this rich guy flaunting around. He doesn't care about the little people. You know, very basic, very basic. We got that. And also, he's painted as a hero. See, even Penny finds him to be charismatic and enigmatic. And he's their savior. He just writes back to her. They will get out of this little dingy apartment. Here we come. Wealthy just like him. And she believes she had an affair with him. Before Arthur could say anything, his mother points to the news on the TV. All day long, it's more bad news. That's all there is. Maybe you shouldn't watch so much television. Thomas Wayne is our only hope. He'll make a great mayor. Everybody says so. Everybody who? Who do you talk to? Well, everybody on the news. The only one that could save us from the city. He owes it to us. Arthur smiles for his mother as he cuts up some more of her food. I'm sad it's starting. They're getting to bed on her. Their nightly ritual. Stay on his face as he watches the opening to their favorite show. From NCB Studios in Gotham City, it's live with Murray Franklin. Tonight, Murray welcomes Sandra Wenger, comedian Skip Ryan, and the piano stylings of Yoden and Chantel. And go on TV intro to live with Murray Franklin playing. Joining Murray as always, Ellis Durain and Jazz Orchestra. And me, I'm that guy Barry O'Donnell. And now, without further ado, Murray Franklin. Okay, so now we're gonna get to this. Arthur's mom is giving him a bath, being careful with her as he shampoos her hair. Fills an empty plastic container with some bathwater. Look up. Maybe the mailman's throwing them away. Tilts her head back. He rinses her hair with the water from the container. Mom, why are these letters so important to you? What do you think he's gonna do? He's gonna help us. Help us how? Get us out of here. Take me away from this place and these people. Worked for him over 30 years. I make you think he would help us. He looks at him with conviction. Water dribbling down her face. Into her eyes. She wipes it away with her hands. Because Thomas Wayne is a good man. If he knew how I was living, if he saw this place, it would make him sick. Can't explain to you any better than that. With her nods, annoyed, but not worth the argument. I don't want you worrying about money. Everyone's been telling me they think my stand-up is ready for big clubs. Just a matter of time before I get a break. How do you make you think you could do that? What do you mean? I mean, don't you have to be funny to be a comedian? Me. So, here is where we're going to introduce the challenge. Number 4. Arthur must adapt to the ever-changing world and... I mean, this is really financially at the moment. And then how dangerous people are that she mentions. And he thinks he can probably do something to help his mom out. Help everyone. Just get out of it. Get away from it all. But not even his mother cares about it. So no one cares. I don't think anyone's really going to support him for this. That, number 4, which is the challenge. How Arthur is going to adapt to a dangerous, changing world that doesn't care. Alright, so now we're back with the Gotham Comedy Club in Chinatown. Arthur's sitting in the middle of a dark, crowded comedy club. People on dates, groups of friends, all here to watch the stand-up. Sits at a small table by himself, watching the act on stage. The comic on stage is killing it. The whole room is laughing and applauding everyone except Arthur. He's watching, studying, diligently jotting down notes in his notebook. People are piling out of the club onto the narrow street. It's a little bit different now. Jumble of lit up signs, most glowing yellow or red. Arthur walks out alone, carrying his notebook. He sees a flyer taped to the entrance of the club. Post on the flyer, open mic night. Thursday, 7 p.m. Who the hell told you it was open mic night, bitch? Sorry. So that isn't really in the film. I mean, it's just... things are changed around a bit. So you see the difference between script and film. That is what we do here. We love it. We love it. We love to see more of it. So now we're going to move on. Arthur is writing in his journal. His mom is dead asleep. He opens his worn notebook, flips to a page titled Jokes, starts writing. Close on words as he slowly writes. What's the worst part about having a mental illness? That is the central question that I have for the film. This is a central question on Arthur's mind throughout the film. This is going to come back into play later in the film. We answer the question. And you go on, Arthur pausing, thinking it over for a moment. And he laughs himself as he comes up with something. Some words coming faster now. That people expect you to behave as if you don't. He just knocking on the front door. Arthur opens the door. He sees Sophie standing there with an attitude. Leaning up against the door frame. Were you following me today? Yeah. I thought that was you. I was hoping you'd come in and rob the place. I have a gun. I could come by tomorrow. So funny, Arthur. No, I do stand-up comedy. You should maybe come see a show sometime. I could do that. Yeah? Let me know when? Yeah. Just turns and walks away toward our apartment. So, that is a very telling thing. He says one joke to her, and she says, he's funny. Very telling. Now, spoilers, of course, for the film. We're going to get through the whole film, so... Sophie isn't real for most of this movie. There is a scene later where he's just in her apartment. And then it's never cleared up what happens to her after. But mostly everything before that is not real. I think the only thing that is real is her in the elevator with him, which was earlier. So, yeah. We get to this part. Arthur was just in a hospital and he was stomping around and his gun fell out. You know, that's a no-no. Children's hospital, what the hell? Arthur's in a cramped, graffiti-covered phone booth on a busy street corner outside Gotham General. Trash piled high. Then his street clothes, clown face still painted on, green wig still on his head. Wait, let me explain. Oh, this will be good. Please tell me why you brought a gun into a child's hospital. It was a prop gun. It's part of my act now. Oh shit, what kind of clown carries a fucking gun? Besides, Randall told me you tried to buy a 38 off him last week. Arthur's taken aback that Randall would do that to him. Randall told you that? He was with me when the call came in. You're a fuck up, Arthur. And a liar. You're fired. Wait, please, I love this job. Save it, Arthur. Let me hear you say it. Say what? I'm a fuck up and I'm fired. I'm a fuck up and I'm fired. Louder. I'm a fuck up and I'm fired. Line goes dead. That isn't in the film, but yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, now this one of the big scenes of the film. Most iconic is right after this scene, and this still is a great scene. Arthur is sitting on a subway, contemplating what just went down. Face still painted, his clown gear in a shopping bag, in the seat next to him, green wig on his lap. Subway car near empty. Arthur sitting across from a lonely-looking middle-aged woman. There's also a young woman, late 20s, reading a book at the far end. Arthur glances at the middle-aged woman, maybe trying to make a connection, but the woman doesn't even notice him. Train comes to a stop. Her head's elsewhere. The woman gets off the train and 3 Wall Street guys get on. They're loud and obnoxious, clearly drunk. One of them is eating some french fries out of a greasy McDonald's bag. Flops down on the bench across from the young woman. Checks her out. The other 2 guys start getting into it with each other. I'm telling you, she wanted my number. Should have just stayed. The train starts moving again. You're dreaming, man. She wasn't interested at all. Are you nuts? Did you see how close we were to dancing? He's in love, bro. Starts dancing a bit with himself, mimicking what he remembers. Wall Street number 2 takes a swig of the brown bag he's carrying. Couldn't wait to get away from you. Just watching him closely, impressed by the confidence and easy-going camaraderie. Ryan, am I crazy? Tell him what you saw. The third Wall Street guy isn't playing. His friends. Any attention. As his eyes set on the young woman sitting across from him, reading the book. Hey, you want some french fries? Holds out his McDonald's bag and shakes it to get her attention. The other 2 share a look. Arthur watches from his seat. Hello? I'm talking to you. You want some fries? Looks up. Shakes her head. Polite smile. No, thank you. The 2 guys crack up at the apparent blow-off. The third Wall Street guy shakes his head, embarrassed, and starts softly flinging fries at the young woman. You sure? They're really good. Buries her face deeper in her book. Don't ignore him. Being nice to you. One of the french fries lands in her hair. She looks down toward Arthur, looking to see if he's going to do something and say something. Arthur just sits there nervous. Not sure what to do, or even if he wants to do anything at all. Just bursts out laughing. He covers his mouth with his wig as they continue to harass the woman. They all look over. What the fuck is this clown laughing at? Something funny, asshole? With their attention diverted, the young woman rushes through the door between subway cars, glancing back at Arthur before she goes. Bitch! He laughs even harder through his green wig. The Wall Street guys turn to him, sitting by himself at the end of the car. Arthur sees them staring. Looks down at the ground, hand still covering his mouth, face turning red. Subway swaying, lights flickering on and off. Beats. One of the guys heads down the car toward Arthur. They're singing, sending the clowns. Isn't it rich? Are we a pair? Me here at last on the ground. You in midair. Sending the clowns. The others crack up and follow after him. The guy plops down next to Arthur, puts his arm around his shoulder as he sings. Please don't. Isn't it bliss? Don't you approve? One who keeps tearing around, one who can't move. Arthur starts to get up. The lead guy pulls him back down. Where are the clowns? There ought to be clowns. As he finishes the song, Arthur's laughing fit is coming to an end. One of the other guys sits down on the other side of him, now sandwiched between them. So, tell us, buddy, what's so fucking funny? I have a condition. Arthur reaches into his shopping bag to get one of his Forgive My Laughter cards. The third guy sees him reaching, tries to grab the bag from him. Arthur pulls on it. No, it's just my stuff. I don't have anything. The guy rips the bag from his hand. I'll tell you what you have, asshole. Arthur gets up from between them to go grab his bag back. The two guys are cracking up. You want it back? Here. Arthur reaches out to grab the bag. The guy tosses it over his head to one of his friends, keeping it away from Arthur. Three guys in suits tossing the shopping bag around, playing monkey in the middle with the clown in it. You hear the drum roll, opening to Bobby Short singing Send in the Clouds. Live at Cafe Carlisle. Arthur keeps trying to catch his bag until suddenly, whop! Stop, fuck him up. Out of nowhere, one of the guys punches him hard in the face. Arthur goes down, as if in slow motion, blood coming from his nose. He tries to get up, his feet slip from under him, and he falls back down. Pause. Right there. Motivational push. Arthur is very hard on his luck. He ain't got nothing left now. He's fired from his job. Now people still pushing him around, literally punching him down. So this is his motivational push. Stay down, you freak. The third Wall Street guy starts kicking him. The others join in, surrounding Arthur on the ground, kicking him deliberately, sadistically, and the music swells. Blam! Wall Street 1 falls back dead, blood splattering on the subway wall behind him. You hear him, Bobby Short sing out, pick it out where the Wall Street guy left off. Just when I stopped over the doors, finally knowing the one I wanted was yours. Blam, blam! Wall Street number 2 goes down, revealing Arthur on the ground, opening his eyes to see what he did. Blood dripping from his nose, smoking gun in hand. Third guy takes off, running the doors that separate the cars. Arthur starts after him, but then stops. Turns back to grab his bag, his wig, hand shaking from the adrenaline. Trains come to a stop. Arthur grabs the green wig from between the two dead bodies, blood everywhere, steps into his shopping bag. Subway doors wheeze open, and Arthur steps halfway off the train waiting to see if the third Wall Street guy gets off in the car ahead of him. Arthur sees him runs off. Now, in the movie, he shoots him in the leg. That's why the guy doesn't get away. The platform is empty. The Wall Street guy is running toward the stairs. Arthur follows, blood still dripping from his nose. Behind him, the train pulls away. The guy makes his way to the stairs, unaware that Arthur's behind him. Blam! The third guy falls, tumbling down the stairs. Arthur walks over to the body and empties the chamber. Blam! Blam! Arthur bursts into the small bathroom, out of breath, overwhelmed, vibrating with emotions. He leans his head forward against the door, sweat dripping down his face, catching his breath. Arthur feels all those emotions running through his body. He can feel them all. He sticks his right foot out and starts to slowly turn. His right arm slowly rising above his head. His right foot leads, turning like something is awakening in him. Sweat dripping down his face, sending the clowns finally comes to an end. As in the movie. The guy's just singing, that's it. He starts washing the blood and clown makeup off his sweaty face. He doesn't wash the makeup off, but yeah. Looks up at a smudged reflection in the dirty mirror, water dripping, white grease paint running off his face. So, this where we get into it. This leads into number 7 for me. So, Arthur floating out the elevator and down the hallway as if in a dream. Coming up on Sophie's door and knocking. She opens the door and sees Arthur standing there. Before Sophie can say anything, Arthur leans in and kisses her. Sophie kisses him back, pulls him inside her apartment, closing the door behind him. So, number 7. Confront Self. This is where Arthur gives in to the delusions. As I said, Sophie's not real. This is the delusion. Immediately, what the Wall Street guys were saying. Oh, she was so into me. Would have been together if we stayed. Wanted me. Like, he was inspired by their confidence. So he wants, after he kills them, has the confidence to go back and be with her. Although this is not real. He's not actually with her. Because you do not just walk up to somebody's apartment door and kiss them immediately. That is assault. Do not do that. Do not ever do that, you piece of shit. All right, so now we are going to get into number 8, where we face the challenge. Arthur, all alone, heading toward an angry mob in front of a center. Performing arts. Night falling, storm clouds gathering. Angle of the crowd, a protester screaming and shouting in front of Wayne Hall behind steel barricades. Many wearing Arthur's clown face mask. A few wave homemade signs. Clown for mayor, kill the rich. Mr. Wayne, am I a clown? This is after Thomas Wayne condemns the killing on the subway. He calls everyone a clown. These clowns, and he's talking about lower class people. Getting people upset, angry, riled up. So, line of policemen and security guards stand between them, the crowd, and light up white marble building. Arthur pauses as it watches the crowd for a moment. A fight breaks out between a clown masked protester and 2 cops. The crowd goes crazy, pushing through the barricades toward the building. Distant thunder rumbling. Police, Wayne Hall security fight to keep them out. Amidst all the chaos, we glimpse Arthur slipping into the building unnoticed. So, now this is kind of what I'm referring to by face the challenge. Arthur realizes people are starting to care. They like the clown that murdered the rich Wall Street guys. Maybe someone is noticing. And this leads into the scene I'm about to show you, confronting Thomas Wayne, which is the rich itself. Arthur sweeps his way into the cavernous black and white tile bathroom. Ornate gold fixtures, it's empty save for Thomas Wayne, peeing at the far end, long line of urinals. Arthur takes a deep breath, walks down the line of urinals, right up next to Thomas Wayne. For a beat, Thomas urinates. Yep, yeah. No,
Do you want an autograph or something?
You need to get in here or something? Thomas Wayne finishes, zips his fly back up. Arthur is not sure what to say to him. He just says, Dad, it's me.
My name is Arthur.
Oh, yeah, it's not. Also, this is following
Jesus.
when he showed up to the house.
Yes.
So this is not in here.
Sorry,
Wow.
I just showed up. Well, my mother
I don't
told me
think
everything.
the Bruce Wayne scene is not in here.
Talk to you.
Look, pal, I'm not your father. What's wrong with
Yeah.
you?
This is actually.
Look at us. I think you are.
Well, that's impossible.
It's Bruce Wayne.
Because you're adopted, and I never saw
Hold on.
your mother.
I actually don't know
What do you
the
want
Bruce
from
Wayne
me,
name.
honey?
No, I wasn't adopted.
She never told you?
Mm-hmm.
Told me what?
Your mother adopted you while she was working for us.
That's not true. Why are you saying that?
That she was arrested and committed to Arkham State Hospital.
Okay.
When you were just a little boy.
Why are you saying
Whoa,
this?
okay.
I don't
This
need you
is
to tell me
beautiful
lies. I know it
talking
seems
as well.
strange. I don't mean to make you uncomfortable.
Beautiful dialogue.
I don't know why everyone is so rude. I don't know why you are. I don't want anything
Oh.
from you. Maybe a little bit of warmth. Maybe a hug, Dad.
What a
Just a little
beautiful
bit of fucking decency.
acted
What is
scene.
it with you people? You say that stuff to my mother?
She's crazy.
Oh. Another cracks up laughing, interrupting his threat, laughing right in his face. Are you laughing at me? Or just laughing
think
so
this
hard
is
you
funny?
can't answer? Grabbing his neck in one hand, cracks up louder. No.
Touch my son
Please.
again, I'll fucking kill you.
Oh, he doesn't say that. So Bruce Wayne is not in the script. Yeah. Beautiful cut, by the way. Beautiful cut. So, a lot of this is actually changed in the script. Changed actually shooting. So the Bruce Wayne scene wasn't actually in there. 'Cause I was looking through it. I don't see it. Yeah, when he goes to his house, I don't see a Bruce Wayne thing. Oh well. That's something you learn from the script. A lot of different changes on the day of. Some are really well done. Some might actually hurt a little bit, but this was really well done, and I believe you just trust in the actors, trust in the director. Maybe there's notes the day of on the script. This was like the final script before. This is probably the final script before actually shooting, so it's not the shooting script. There are changes, but you know that. Okay, so now we are getting into the biggest scene of the film. Robert De Niro's incredible in this. And now we're going to get into this big scene with Arthur, where he actually becomes the Joker. Now he's invited onto the Murray show. And need to mention this. Arthur bombed at stand-up before that. And then Murray's making fun of him for that. He invites him on, which is odd. So, he goes through this transformation, puts on the makeup, dyes the hair. Oh, the clown. He is, in fact, a Joker now. Because he called him that. He asked him to introduce him like that. But now we get into it. On the set, Murray watches a clip on a monitor above his desk. He can't help but laugh. He's the floor manager counting them down silently with her fingers. 3, 2, 1. Points to camera 1. Oh, okay. You may have seen that clip in our next guest. First played it a couple weeks ago. Now, before he comes out, I just want to say that we're all heartbroken what's going on in the city tonight. But this is how he wanted to come out. Honestly, I think we could all use a good laugh. So, please welcome Joker. Behind the shimmering, multicolored curtain, Joker gathers himself ready for his moment. Doesn't hear his introduction. See a stagehand pulled out, open the curtain, go out. On set, the curtain's open. Ellis Drain and his jazz orchestra are playing Joker on. He doesn't come out. Or looks over to see an empty space in the curtain. Audience laughs. Behind the curtain, Joker sees a stagehand motion him to go out on the stage. That is not in the film. He dances right before he goes out and then hams it up. He hams it up. Starts out, pausing when he takes a step into the bright lights. Stagehand doesn't see him stop. Drops the curtain back on Joker before the audience can really see his face. Tangling Joker up in the curtain. Just keeps laughing, thinking it's part of his act. Band keeps playing him on. Joker untangles himself from the curtain. The audience gets a good look at him. Some continue laughing. A few boo. Most don't know what to make of him. Arthur walks across the stage, forgetting to wave like he practiced. Trips over the riser. Surrounding. Okay, so this is completely different than the actual scene. The actual scene, he's very confident. He's loose, fun. they don't cheer for him. They just like it's polite clapping. That's it. Tries not to crack up. Reaches out to hug Dr. Sally. She goes in for a handshake. Another awkward moment. More laughs. He kisses her, actually. Just kisses her. Ray O'Donnell stands there with his hands up as to say, what about me? Joker ignores him, just sits down next to Murray. Crosses and uncrosses his legs. Can't get comfortable. Murray shakes his head. So, thanks for coming down the show. But I gotta tell you, what happened at City Hall today? There are many of our viewers here at home. I find this look of yours in poor taste. Joker's not listening to Murray. Mesmerized by all the light shining on him, all the eyes on him. Doesn't answer Murray. Nervous laughter from the audience. So, can you tell us why you're dressed like this? A lot of protesters going with this look, right? The city seems to be full of clowns these days. Long, uncomfortable beats. Yeah, isn't it great? Alright, we don't cut from this at all. Alright, glances over at producer Gene Uflan, who's sitting off camera on the director's chair by a monitor. Gene shrugs at him. So we talked earlier, you mentioned you aren't political. This look isn't a political statement. That's right. I'm not political, Mary. I'm just trying to make people laugh. How's that going for you? Studio audience laughs at Joker. Joker doesn't answer Murray, just smiles himself. Been working on any new material? You want to tell us a joke now? Want to hear a joke? Audience claps, egging Joker on to tell a joke. Joker reaches to his jacket pocket and... Now, before we get into this, let me just say. This was going to be Joker planning to kill himself on live TV. So he was going to say a joke and then, boom, shoot himself in the head. Practiced it. That is why earlier in the film he says, I just hope my death makes sense. Going to clap, egging Joker on to tell a joke. Reaches into his jacket and pulls out a worn notebook. Looks through it and sees Bruce Wayne's photo. Oh, well. I'm not sure in the film if he has Bruce Wayne's photo. Oh, yeah. Pauses for a moment, turns the page. He looks at the joke that says, I hope my death makes more sense in my life. Looks at that, then changes after Murray starts bullying him a little bit on TV. Finds the joke. Okay, here's one. Knock, knock. You had to look that up. So the audience laughs. I want to get it right. Knock, knock. He makes a face like, okay, I'll go along with this. Who's there? Joker looks up from his notebook. Sees the audience looking back at him, waiting for the punchline. Decides to finish the joke. It's the police, ma'am. Your son's been hit by a drunk driver. He's dead. You and the audience groan. A couple even laugh. Less trains. Plays the womp 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 womp. His trumpet. Of the bandstand. Barry O'Donnell clears his joke. Charlie goes, no, no, no. You cannot joke about that. Yeah, that's not funny. That's not the kind of humor we do on this show. He glances over at Gene in the wings. He gives him a wrap it up sign. Sorry. It's been a rough few weeks, Murray. Ever since I killed those guys, 3 Wall Street guys, the subway. Beat. So the audience can't tell if he's joking or not. Murray can't either. Hey, I'm waiting for the punchline. There is no punchline. It's not a joke. You're serious, aren't you? Telling us you killed those 3 young men on a subway? Why should we believe you? I got nothing left to lose, Murray. Nothing can hurt me anymore. This is my fate. My life is nothing but a comedy. Number 9. Answer the question. The question was, what's the worst part about living with a mental illness? People expect you to behave as if you don't. So, how does Joker answer that? Letting loose on TV. Being honest, being himself. Saying exactly what's on his mind. Boom. Okay, in this, we go back to Sophie. Sophie's not in the film after he appears in her living room. Okay, I think I understand. You did it to start a movement, to become a symbol? Come on, Murray. Do I look like the kind of clown that could start a movement? I killed those guys because they were awful. Everybody's awful these days. It's enough to make anyone crazy. So that's it, huh? You're crazy. That's your defense for killing 3 young men? Because they were mean to you? No. They couldn't carry a tune to save their lives. Audible groans from the audience. Why is everybody so upset about these guys? Because Thomas Wayne went and cried about them on TV? No problem. Oh. He says, if it was me on the street, lying there dead, you'd walk right over me. You have a problem with Thomas Wayne too? Yeah, I do. Everything comes so easy for him. What's wrong with that? Have you seen what it's like out there, Murray? You ever actually leave the studio? Everybody just yells and screams at each other. Nobody's civil anymore. Nobody thinks what it's like to be the other guy. You think men like Thomas Wayne ever think what it's like to be a guy like me? Anybody but themselves? They don't. They think, well, just sit there and take it like good little boys, that we won't go wild. Oh, it's for all of you out there. So much self-pity. There sound like you're making excuses for killing 3 young men. Not everybody, and I promise you, not everybody's awful. You're awful, Ray. No more laughter. The audience is watching this exchange with full attention. Me? How am I awful? Playing my video. Invited me on the show. You just wanted to make fun of me. You're just like the rest of them, Murray. Everything comes too easy for you. You don't know the first thing about me, pal. Look what happened because of what you did. What it led to. There are riots out there. 2 policemen are in critical condition. Someone was killed today. How about another joke, Murray? I think we had enough of your jokes. What do you get when you cross a mentally ill loner with a society that abandons them and treats them like trash? I'll tell you what you get. You get what you fucking deserve. Pulls out a gun and bang. Kills him. And Murray Franklin turns. Joker shoots the side of Murray's head. Oh, he doesn't turn at all. He pulls that shit out of nowhere. Bang. Blood spatters all over the back of the set. I'm spraying the Joker's face. Audience screams. Dr. Sally dives to the floor. O'Donnell reaches over and tries to save Murray. Boom, number 10. Defeat the antagonist. Now, this isn't Thomas Wayne, this is Murray. I think Sophie was cut completely. So, number 10 kills Murray on TV. Everybody's shocked and like, oh my god, he actually did that. Now he's becoming a symbol. And this leads to riots, which will defeat the real antagonist, Thomas Wayne. I'm kind of just glancing over the rest of this because this is a lot of action. There's riots going on. And that leads to number 11, which is lesson. Untreated mental illness can lead to the worst outcome. It's either going to be suicide or riots, murder, a lot of stuff. That's in the case of this. Of course, if you feel like you have a mental illness, I suggest you get treated, get tested for it, see what's going on with you. Please take care of yourself. I'm a big advocate for it. I wear this most of the time. Today feels hard. I don't know if you can see it. You can't see it. It says today feels hard. Or I count today as a good day. I really care about mental illness, mental health awareness. So, guys, please take care of yourselves. This, of course. I've been hearing a lot about BetterHelp. I'm not sure about that, but hey, this is to help people with their mental health. I 100% support that. I hope everyone gets the treatment they can afford and deserve. This is something I've been dealing with for a while, so I want a lot of people here. So that's just a little tangent I'm going on for. And now back to this. We're gonna show the growth and the change. The growth and change. Now, we started out the movie. Arthur is getting beat up and chased down the street. No one cares about him. Everybody's just walking past him. At the end of the movie, he's arrested. But people are rioting and they save him. Get him away from the cops and hoist him up. Put him on top of a cop car. He goes up last. And that is number 12. Show growth was change. Arthur is seen as an icon for a revolution leading to where he belongs. He is the Joker. And that leads him to back to the mental hospital where he actually belongs. From above, Joker laid out on the hood, arms spread, his hands uncuffed. Crowd has started to form around the wreckage, checking his broken body. Think on Joker, a crooked smile plastered on his face, laughing, coughing up blood. Crowd steps back in surprise. Joker stumbles to his feet, standing up on the hood of the car, looks out the city burning all around him. The crowd at his feet stunned that he's alive. Over it all, Joker hears a studio audience applauding. Raises his hands above his head, does a little dance as the crowd goes crazy. Close on Joker, tears in his eyes from all the pain, suffering still. Keeps smiles. He wipes bloody hand from one cheek across his mouth to his other cheek, smearing the wide blood smoke soaked smile across his face so they all can see how fucking happy he is. He is the Joker. Then, of course, he's in Arkham Asylum, Arkham State Hospital. I'm not sure where Arkham Asylum. I believe Arkham Asylum's in the second movie. I'm not sure. What is it? What is it called? For de Dukes? For de Deuce? Something like that. Anyway, yeah, yes, that is Joker. It's also unclear how much of this actually happened, how much of it delusions, but all I know is that the entire Sophie thing is delusions. But we'll see what's canon and what's not in Joker 2. Thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging out. This has been a good one. Thank you for this. We have just read the script for Joker. Please subscribe if you haven't. Check out all my social media. Look at all of them up there. All of that. Look up TheWriTra. Yeah, TheWriTra. We'll be back soon. Not sure if I want to put out another one or I want to go straight to my horror movie. It is October. But we'll see. Thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging out. Check me out on Letterboxd, Spotify, YouTube, all that good stuff. For now, I'm out. I'll see you when I see you. Peace.